A very good evening to you all. Thank you for joining us for tonight's edition of the UBC News Tonight, the 13th day of May 2023. With me, Wadulo Mark Arnold. Mugalo Muhammad is right here in the corner of your screen, giving us the sign language. And without further ado, let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Tonight, President Museveni condemns shooting of Indian businessman. Colonel Charles Engola accorded an 11-gun salute during burial. Heavy water flow washes away Katonga Bridge. And in sports, Ngabi beats Nchima 3-1 at the Kabaka tournament. Thank you for joining us once again. It's now time for the news in detail. Now, Friday evening, that is yesterday, occurred an event that might take long to get out of the minds of Ugandans. An Indian businessman, Bandari, was shot dead by a police officer, a constable. The President, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has sent his condolences in a tweet reading, I quote, "Ugandans and especially the Bazukulu, condolences on the death of one of our Indian people, Utam Bandari, killed by a police constable by the names of Wawire Ivan. All these mistakes are traceable in this case. For instance, some questions immediately come up. How did an off-duty policeman access a gun?" He reads. "Did he walk away from his guard post without permission with a gun to commit crime? How are the guns stored in the police? Is there no security at the site where the victim was? Why did that local security allow an armed person into the building who had no guard business there? Then there is the question of mental state of the policeman. Did he have a history of mental instability? And if he had, why hadn't the police leadership noticed and acted appropriately?" The answers to these questions may help us to plug the gaps in the security system. Condolences to the family of Bandari. Close quote, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Yes, we do send our condolences to the family of Mr. Bandari. Now, the people of northern Uganda have tasked the government to investigate and explain the motive and circumstances under which Minister for Labour, Employment and Industrial Relations, Charles Engola, was killed by the personal bodyguard. The demand for the investigations is what dominated the speeches during his burial in Awanji village, Wayam district, where the vice president who represented the president, Museveni, was the chief mourner.
As it is the norm, the UPDF pallbearers led by the band carried the body of Colonel Charles Engola and laid it before the mourners for prayer and eulogies. Despite the many who came, only a few had the opportunity to speak.
He was such a resilient leader who would always ensure that what is meant to be done in that day should always be accomplished. And I recall he was in charge of the program that day. We visited the Akibwa Stadium. I think that is the time when we laid the foundation stone.
Colonel Engola was an officer of incredible talent and enthusiasm who developed tremendous teamwork within the forces and promoted cooperation between the military and the Wananchi. he continued to be useful to the UPDF, even as a minister.
Can we get saved? If all of us are saved, Uganda would be different. There would be no such killing. You carry a gun for a purpose, not just for silly behavior we are seeing today.
That very drastic actions must be taken on the use of guns in this country.
His brother Sam Engola, who represented the family, spoke fondly about the slain minister.
I told Your Excellency, I asked you for 5 minutes. And to the point, General Ronda told me you have refused Okero to retire. You want us to deliver pipe. The only way we can deliver pipe is through Okero. We walked out. I ran him from the gate. I said, my brother, you have been released from them and promoted. If you let me down, you don't get a pipe, I will be dead. He told me, I am not going to let you down. He went on the field, he succeeded.
On blood compensation, Bishop Alfred Olwa in his sermon urged the bereaved to be followers of Christ and forgive.
Never avenge yourself, but leave it to the wrath of God. Why? Innocent blood pleads its cause before God.
At the burial, his son Samuel Engola was also presented to the chief mourner, the vice president as the chosen one to take on the father's mantle.
That the law provides that within 90 days, another member of parliament should be elected to represent the people. The president considers, accepts, and supports their son, Junior Engola Okero, to contest and replace Nathan Okero for the remaining period of time.
Her Excellency, the Vice President, is laying a wreath.
After the laying of the wreath, the slain minister's body left the ground for his final resting place. And at about 3:30 p.m., the body was lowered to return to dust.
To earth, ashes to ashes, and dust to dust. Here on thee.
11 gun salute crowned the minister's journey here on earth. Engola, UBC News.
River Katonga's heavy flow has caused the collapse of a section of the Kampala-Masaka Highway Road, leading to a diversion of the traffic via Mpigi, Kanoni, Sembabule. Motorcycle riders have increased fares, while others have resorted to using boats from Kayabwe, Namirembe Shore to Masaka. The situation also affected fishermen due to accumulated weeds. Let's have a look.
A roadblock has been installed along the Kampala-Masaka highway to divert traffic for those plying to and from Masaka, except for those headed to Kayabwe. The Mpigi Kanoni Sembabule route is the option available. As a result, riders have increased fares from Kayabwe to Masaka.
We have not heard from our MP about the status of the road, whether the road will be worked on or not. I would transport a passenger at 30,000 shillings from Kayabwe to Masaka, but this time going through Sembabule it costs 100,000 shillings. The bridge was also weak because it had some cracks, but I think there was laxity to check the status of the bridge.
Some travelers have turned to alternative transportation methods, such as using boats, to travel from Kayabwe, Namirembe Shoal to Masaka.
Omuntu agenda okulinnya eryato wano agenda kubeera nga atuwaayo
Every passenger pays between 10,000 to 20,000, depending on even how you speak to us. But we also consider where the person is going. We need bigger boats with stronger engines to be able to maneuver this weed that has been caused by this flooding. There are points where we reach, then we have to get off the boats and then push them to be able to proceed. It is really very tough for us.
Boat owners have made available life jackets to ensure passengers' safety during transit.
I have allocated 10 life jackets to every boat, though I request them to wear them properly to be safe since they have no strings on them.
Akasente olw'okuba nti njagala omwana wange ogenda okujuza fomu siina kyakukola naye era akasente wali ku luguudo tubadde tukozesa 10,000 wano bansabye omutwalo gumu 12,000 ku nfuna yaffe nga bannakyalo sente nnyingi nnyo.
Fishermen have also been affected due to a lot of weed that has made the activity hard to carry out.
Even if people are traveling, we the fishermen have no business to transact.
All this has been caused by the river Katonga, whose heavy flow caused the road to collapse, rendering it impassable.
There is a good road from Kayabwe town that can take you to Kanoni or Kabula Soke. The road is good, and if worked upon, it can help us. This road requires small vehicles because heavy ones cannot use this route. That is why most of the loaded vehicles had to go to the diversion point where people have to go through Sembabule.
For now, no activity is taking place, though security forces and officials from the Uganda National Roads Authority continue to visit the area for assessment. It is alleged that human activities in the area have partly caused the water to exert pressure on the road, while heavy vehicles have also contributed to this scenario. Sandra Kahonde, Ivan Kawa, UBC News Tonight.
The First Lady and Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, has asked women to be more united. The First Lady pledged to link women in Kampala with BRAC organization to educate them on how to work together and learn how to save.
The First Lady and Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, has encouraged women to join SACCOs in order to benefit from PDM resources for viable income-generating activities. She said a number of organizations are supporting orphaned children, and now the focus is to fight poverty through uniting women in big groups that will help them make money.
If you agree with me, I want to invite the leader of BRAC here in Uganda, whom we have invited, and she's right here in front of you, to help me educate you in working together and learn how to save in Rubaga, the Bangladesh women. You can save your little money, start a bank, and say to the World Bank, no, we don't need World Bank money.
The Minister for Kampala, Hajatmin Sakabanda, appreciated women councils in Rubaga Division.
Pledges made to trainees under the Girl Child Skilling Initiative. I have received your letter of 30th August 2022 informing me of the women's circles in Nakawa, Nakulabye. Of them makes carpets. You need circle money for 40,000 women in these groups. I would happily support such groups. This is the President. By copy of this letter, I therefore direct my State House Controller to inspect your records to confirm what you are saying, and if it's true, support with 500 million for each circle. Mama, this pledge is still there.
The women leader in Rubaga Division, Hajat Rehema, Lutale said their service is voluntary and find challenges supporting women with various needs, emphasizing that they also lack an office for their operations.
Kyenkusaba nti buli miruka bw'oba tuyambye n'otuteekeramu projects bbiri abakyala ne bafunamu ejjambe erisobola okugenda okufuna okukola. Maama mmanyi nti nno tujja kusobola okuba nga abakyala beeyimirizaawo era ne baweerera n'abaana.
The function also included launching Janet Orphan Foundation, a brain of the Speaker, Rubaga Division, Mbazira Musa.
Mama, we are targeting 3,000 scholarships for our program for the children in Rubaga by the year 2026, and this will yield greatly to the common persons in these slums of Rubaga Division. It is
the Deputy Resident City Commissioner, Rubaga Anderson Burora, committed to ensure women leaders and women councils have a share on government programs.
We want to ask you to support our new dawn of revitalizing Rubaga Division's political strategy to ensure that we make sure that the young people are not channeled into anarchy, into killing one another, into hate speech.
I'm Navka Farida in Kampala.
Talk with freedom. Get MTN Freedom voice bundles that don't expire. Dial *100 *21# or my MTN app for more bundles. Together, we're unstoppable.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president. She is the hope of our community. And as a community leader, I will talk to others about how we must protect her against child marriage and teenage pregnancy because it affects us all. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from pregnancy. Because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sawuti 116.
Glow as you are with the new Spark 10 series smartphone from Airtel in partnership with Tecno. Own the timelines with picture-perfect selfies using the 32-megapixel selfie camera, 256GB storage, G88 gaming processor, and a strong battery to last the whole day. Towakana.
The Spark 10 smartphone comes with free 3GB from Airtel and 100% bonus on weekly and monthly bundles every month for 3 months, so you can stay connected to a world of possibilities. Dial *100*5# to enjoy free data. The new Spark 10 is available in all selected Tecno shops countrywide. Airtel, the smartphone network in partnership with Tecno. Stop at nothing.
Where does it come from? That thing that makes us Ugandan. That thing that makes us different from everybody else. Where does it grow infinitely? Some say it's in our history, in our culture, and in our hearts, in our warm smiles and vast miles of coffee, dairy farmland, and amazing maize fields. It's in our inherent pursuit to always be better, to never stop growing and glowing. So you see, we are more than just a waving flag. We are a nation of sweat and skills, a nation of ideas and inventions. But what truly makes us Ugandan is our quest to improve the quality of life for Ugandans by creating sustainable jobs, businesses, and improving household incomes. That's what makes us Uganda Development Bank.
Uganda Development Bank, inspiring development.
The Tales of Kasozi, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission.
Yes, hello? This is Kasozi. How can I help you?
Calling you from the mobile service center.
Okay. So how can I help you?
Well, we have noticed a few things wrong with your number and need your mobile money PIN.
John Ferrer, never give out your password or PIN to any caller. Your mobile service provider will never call or ask for your personal details. If in doubt, go to your nearest phone service center.
This message is powered by UCC, MTN, Airtel, Bank of Uganda, and NPSP Association.
This is a quick call. I'm almost out of minutes. Now, the center.
Why rush through such important conversations? Airtel Uganda has made it possible for you to call across all networks in Uganda at the best rates with the new Bona voice bundles. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with minutes valid for calls on all networks. Dial *100*1#. Select voice bundles and select Bona voice bundles today. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue here in Kampala. Now, in the world of business, the Uganda National Bureau of Standards has inaugurated its Western Uganda Food and Safety Laboratory in Mbarara City. The first of its kind facility in the region will handle all technical aspects of acquiring certification. Mbarara UNBS Lab will cater for business communities from the Kigezi, Ankole, Toro, Bunyoro, Rwenzori and the Greater Masaka region, as Dennis Ikoa reports.
Uganda National Bureau of Standards Western Region Laboratory is the third decentralized facility to be opened across the country. The initiative has been implemented with the assistance of Trademark Africa through a funding of $4.5 million from the Danish government.
Testing and collaboration of equipment in the laboratory is an important part of the supply chain. The cost of sending products to outside laboratories and facilitating facilities for testing is very high and is sometimes prohibitive, which can lead to reduction of quality on our local market or visible shrinkage of the product base owing to the cost of production.
We've seen a significant reduction in turnaround time for analysis of product samples, going from 21 days on average to 10 days on average. We've seen increased consumer protection as a result of increased samples tested, and we've seen increased cross-border trade of the tested products.
The facility, located along the Singiro Road, approximately 5 kilometers from Mbarara City Center, is well equipped with modern products testing equipment. Lab testing is one of the key components of conformity assessment, standards compliance and quality assurance.
So we believe that with the decentralization of these services, the uptake of quality products should be able to increase. We need our products to be competitive, and we believe that apart from making sure that these products are readily available for local consumption, we should now be able to begin exporting these products instead of importing them. So that's the focus of import substitution and therefore export promotion.
Our mission is really to increase the intra-Africa trade, Africa exports to the rest of the world, to see the growth of businesses as we've had here today, increase the household incomes because businesses employ more people as they grow, and also at the end of the day reduce poverty.
The laboratory that will cater for the Kigezi, Ankole, Toro, Bunyoro, Rwenzori and the Greater Masaka region seeks to reduce the turnaround time of testing products.
We had so many challenges along the way, from analysis to certification process. It was all manual, and we had to travel from Kabale to Kampala for certification.
Because we used to pay higher costs in addition to the transport of going to Kampala. But now the cost of certification has actually moved a bit down.
Mbarara City is among urban centers in the western region of the country that is registering rapid social and economic growth. The social and economic transformation is catalyzed by multi-billion shillings investments in sectors such as tourism, manufacturing, agriculture, and hotels and industry. Dennis Ikoa for UBC Business.
Jerry con. Jerry con. Hey, Master Blaster. Touch him, man. Jerry can with muscle. Those ones who say go for you only. Mundava. First group is I teach you. But never come with the muscari. Because of the cover that is very far. Is you serious? It's just you. What? Yeah? You step it on it. Add kilometers to your legs. And you get your sugar. We buy meat from Umaru. And Umaru refused to give you enough meat. Mama! Show him that they don't joke with you. Umaru, where? Jerry, car.
okukakaluka n'okulungi kwetaagako omuntu akuyambako n'olwekyo tujja kukuteerawo embeera esaanidde osobole okukola ekisinga awamu teri kitulema.
Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model, PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are. But you left me behind. I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better.
PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Did you know that you can safely and conveniently make your school fees payments anytime, any school, anywhere using Airtel Money? Oh yes! Simply pick up your phone and dial *185#. Select option 6, school fees. Choose between school pay, peg pay, or shore pay. Enter student number. Enter amount, confirm name and transaction. Enter Airtel Money PIN. A confirmation message will be sent to you upon a successful transaction. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News, and it's now time for the sports news. The Kabaka of Buganda has appeared officially and opened the Buganda Clan tournament at Mutesa 2-1 Kulukuku Stadium. The opening match was between Nchima and Ngabi clans. The Ngabi beat Nchima 3-1 goals. The clan games are being held under the theme Man Against HIV and AIDS to Save the Girl Child. Let's take a look.
I would like to appreciate His Majesty the Kabaka of Buganda, Ronald Muwenda Mutebi, for gracing the highly built opening match. We want to thank all the people of Buganda who have participated in this opening. This has been a communal effort calling for a communal response of the people of Buganda. We have to come together. We have to come together from regardless of our social classes to make sure we have such a beginning. This is just the beginning. Our strategic focus must be centered to the finishing, that is the end. I want to appeal to all the clan teams to make sure you make thorough preparations within your respective clans so that we may have a high build end towards the finals.
As Airtel Uganda, we are once again proud to associate ourselves with the kingdom. The Bika as a tournament forms the three pillars that form the kingdom of Buganda. We believe that through our support for football, we can be able to unearth grassroots talent, and we hope that we'll continue to grow this property and this brand for it to become one of the most significant properties or brands that we have in the country.
Yes, and that brings us to the end of our 8 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight. Thank you for being a lovely audience. With me, Wadulo, Mark Arnold, Mugalu Muhammad on Sign Language. Up next is the weekly business roundup with your host, Dennis Sigor.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Talk with freedom.